All right, says I'm live. If you guys can hear me, please let me know and we'll get this started. Sorry for being late. Unfortunately, this is the last live stream of the year, so I do appreciate everybody being here with me all season. I'll be still posting videos all year, but with the NFL being right in the middle of a NASCAR Sunday, it's going to be a bit rough. So last one, hopefully it is a good one, but it's a fun race and a very fun slate, I think. We have so much chalk options and we do have potential pivots, so I'm looking forward to it. I think Darlington's an amazing track. I love high tire wear and it's like the way it sets up, so I think this is going to be a pretty fun day. But I got my loud and clear from Andre. Do appreciate that. I got a dono from Chris Jenkins off the rip. Don't see a question with it, but do appreciate the dono either way. But we just double check a couple things here. And I barely made the live stream. I was stuck at Walmart like until 10 minutes ago, and I ran in here and had to get it all together. But I think we're going to be good to go here. And again, if you have any questions, put them down and I'll answer every single one that we got. And wore the Kyle Larson shirt today. I'm hoping he wins. Got a ton of him, so figured it was a good day to roll Mr. Larson out there. But I believe FanDuel locks at 6, and I believe DraftKings lock, I want to say that 6:15, 6:17, something like that. So just got to make sure, get my FanDuel CSV in. All right. So again, if you have any questions, put them down. I'll answer every single one we got, and looking forward to it. And again, I do appreciate the dono, Chris, there, but didn't see a question with it. What's up, Clint? He says, happy race day, everyone. Happy race day. Should be a fun one. This is a good track for your boy Harvick, but didn't really show us a ton in practice. Only concern there. Kevin says, going to watch your NFL Week 1 video while we wait. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys have a time at some point, I did post the Week 1 video if you guys want to check that out, just an early look. What's up, Dakota? Says, how we feeling on cash? Construction thoughts? I think cash is just extreme chalk all around this week. And it's hard to get away from this chalk because as long as they don't wreck out, I mean, there's a good chance they're all going to be optimal. So if you are playing cash today, now you do have to make some decisions because you can't play them all. Like, it would be great if we could just play Truex, Larson, Byron, and Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell in the same lineup, but unfortunately, salary cap exists and we cannot do that. So me personally, I want 2 of the big name place differential drivers. I have a preference on Kyle Larson and Martin Truex Jr. That's the 2 I would start with for cash games. And then after that, you have to make a decision because I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. So you can either go William Byron, just lock in all the place differential, or you can roll out Christopher Bell in the pole, who has a really good chance of leading a lot of laps today and getting those dominator points. Me personally, I feel a little bit better having at least 1 lap leader. So I'll take Bell plus the 2 place differential guys and Truex and Larson. Then after that, the mid-range is kind of sucky today. You're kind of land on guys like Ricky Stenhouse and Alex Bowman. But for cheap plays, Ryan Preece, I think, is your starting point there. Just starting 34th. It's just hard for him to go backwards. And then you have guys like Harrison Burton, Justin Haley that are viable as well. So I feel like I just spoke a cash game lineup in, but it's kind of where you're going to be landing. How am I constructing groups? I don't really have any groups today. If you are going to make one group, you could at least have it to where if you want to have at least one driver in the front row in your lineup and all of your lineups and tournaments, I understand that one. But I don't personally have any groups today. But because all the guys you'd want in at least one of your lineups or 2 of your lineups, they're going to pop in no matter what projection system you use. I don't really think it's necessary, to be honest. What's up, Aaron? Says, well, this is crazy. I made it on time. Yeah, you're always late like myself. But who's your favorite sneaky play under the radar? I'm not sure how sneaky he's going to be, but I do like Bubba Wallace a lot today and also like Ricky Stenhouse. I think those are 2 of the better mid-range plays. Alex Bowman should be decently chalky today, so I do think those are some pretty good pivots. If you're looking at what Bubba Wallace did in practice, I don't believe he gave us a super long run. Yeah, nothing past 10 laps, but 5th in the 1 lap, 6th in the 5, 11th in the 10. And Ricky Stenhouse, I was looking at some of his numbers in the next-gen car at high tire wear tracks. And in an 8 area sample size, it's actually really good. 13.8 average finish, running position at 15th, 3 top 10s, and 7 top 15s. That's 7 top 15s in 8 races at high tire wear tracks in the next-gen car. That's pretty darn good. So I do like Stenhouse there, and he's also pretty fast in practice, so I think he is one of the better tournament plays. And one guy that I do think needs some consideration is Ross Chastain. I'm not saying he's going to be unowned today. He's going to have ownership. But if people look at the early practice times in the qualifying lap, it's not going to look too pretty. But he gets pretty strong as the run progresses. And we saw that in the first Darlington race. When it's a long run, Ross Chastain was extremely good. I know he's hard to trust. I know the speed hasn't really been there for him or really Trackhouse lately. But I would not write Ross off quite yet, even though he was slow in the early run, because what matters the most at Darlington, long green flag runs, and it looks like Chastain will at least be competitive for that. Got a nice little dono there from Pevcac once again. Appreciate that. That's great sheets this week again, Chris. Thanks for a great NASCAR season. No problem at all, sir. I'm glad it went well for you. And I know you, Sean, and DL are in that big contest tonight with a bunch of tickets. So hopefully you guys can all smash there. But do appreciate the dono once again. Glad the sheets and stuff helped you out quite a bit. And if you guys do want to check out the sheets, I do have a free week trial that you can check out on Patreon. Should be a link somewhere, and you can check it all out. And I'll have NFL. It's a week now from Sunday, so yeah, you'd have NFL access with that as well. But really do appreciate the dono. Thank you very much. What's up, Sean? Says, hey CP, what do you think about Truex, Byron, Chastain, Bowman, and Cindric on FanDuel? Cash, thanks as always for the advice. I know Cindric was super fast. In cash games makes me feel a little uncomfortable there, but I love everybody else. I mean, it's hard not to like them. The one thing I will say though, I'm pretty oh, I thought you didn't have Truex, but I misread that. So other than that, I mean, if Cindric just doesn't suck and finishes like 18th, I think it's a pretty good lineup. So I won't talk you off of it just because of Cindric. Thomas says, can you help me with my math homework? Is that n to the 5th plus 3? Just ask GPT and they'll cover it for you, Thomas. But we do have a hurricane coming, it looks like, once again. So I guess we'll have something to track to look forward to. Not sure if it's going to hit Florida or not, but we'll see. Isaiah says, thoughts on Eric Jones and Bowman today? Thanks, Chris. Eric Jones, I just feel like it's a bit overpriced based off of winning this race last year. So, I mean, at $8,000, I just don't really see myself plugging in a legacy car at $8K. I know this is a great track for him, but having a hard time getting there too much. I prefer Bubba. I prefer Alex Bowman. I prefer Stenhouse, Blaney. So I'm not saying he's someone you just have 0% of today, but my Sims have him around, can't be much, like single digits. Maybe I'm too low on Eric Jones, but I just don't personally like it. I mean, I could be wrong though. I know this is it's like a skill track, and you know Jones is very good there, but I just don't really trust the equipment too much. What's up, Mundo? Says, what driver that's not in the playoffs has the best chance to win today? Ugh, best chance to win that's not in the playoffs. Well, let me roll through here. Who's not in the playoffs? All those guys are in the playoffs. Eric Jones is not in the playoffs. Bowman's not in. Ty Gibbs. I mean, I would be very shocked if someone that's not in the playoffs doesn't win the race today. But I guess I would have to say like Bowman, just because he's the Hendrick car, or maybe Chase Elliott. But I don't see either winning. I'd be very shocked. Very shocked. I don't know if that's like a prop bet somewhere, but I think those chances are very low. What's up, Tito? Says, let's just say if Chastain dies today, I might too. He is very hit or miss. I'm hoping it's a hit today. I got a decent chunk of him. So I guess we're riding together on that. He's not my highest owned driver, but he's definitely like top 8, I think, right now. For me. Can someone remind me to upload my CSV in like 15 minutes, please? Before I forget. I've been having trouble with FanDuel CSVs lately. I got an error on Daytona, so I had like Ryan Blaney somehow in my main lineup, which is not what I wanted. And then last week it mixed around my 3 max and sync went to you, so I got to figure something out. I'm doing something wrong. What's up, Mom? Says, hi, buddy. Did you get your hair done? I did. Barely. Had to rush it, so it's probably not top tier today. Happy race day, NASCAR fam. Good luck, everyone, and go Logano. Thank you for stopping by, Mom. Appreciate you always being here. What's up, Rick? Happy race day, everyone. Bit sad it's the last show of the season, so let's all get some cash. I hope so. I like the way this slate sets up, but it's never a guarantee. Last Darlington was great until the very end, and then all our guys died. So hopefully that doesn't happen once again. Very unfortunate last time around. Ryan Newman with the late caution, then Truex dead, Larson, Chastain dead, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody else. It sucked. The only bright moment of that race was William Byron cashing an outright ticket. He didn't deserve to win, but after losing Ross and Larson, I'll take what I can get. What's up, Spreader? Aaron says, 800 left on DraftKings. Are you taking Busher, or where am I going? The 8K range is all very tight in projection. I personally have Ryan Blaney the highest there, just a really fast car in practice. I got him for 36.9 points, and then I have Keselowski at 34.17, so it's very close. And then I have Buescher at 33.58. So we're talking a very slim margin there. I think Ryan Blaney's got the best shot of leading laps of that bunch. So if you're looking for the tournament upside there, that's personally where I would go. Yeah, you know, they got to flex those wrenches, Rick. Bob says, great hit last week. Who you like to win? Thanks. I'm glad you hit it, Bob. Meaning like you talking DFS or outright? Either way, I'm happy for you. Who do I like to win? I have Denny as the projected winner. As far as my bets this week, always gotta let you guys know, I placed an outright bet on Ross Chastain before practice and qualifying. Obviously, that did not look good. Awful in practice, awful in qualifying. But odds didn't go down as much as I thought they would. So I'm going to hold on to it. I think it's plus 1,100, 1,200, I forget. And then after I ran some sims after the practice and qualifying, I show absolutely zero value in any driver's number. So I didn't have an outright bet. But the one bet I did like is Christopher Bell to win his group on FanDuel, Group C, I believe, and it was plus 240. They took it down now. I don't think you can get it anymore, but he wasn't the favorite, even though he had by far the best odds of the group. I think it was versus Chastain, Kyle Busch, who has to go to the rear. And then I want to say Kevin Harvick, maybe. I forget the other one. But either way, by far the best odds. So I thought that was a pretty solid bet. So that's what I'm rooting for today. And then I'm just hoping for a miracle on Ross to win, because I don't think I'm going to cash that out. So, but, I mean, as far as who I think is going to win today, I have Denny Hamlin at a 16.5% chance to win, Christopher Bell at a 12.5%, and Kyle Larson at a 10.9%. But as far as like having value on that, I do not have any. What's up, DGen Stoner? Aaron says top 3 in order under 6K. It is pretty close there. I would say Ryan Preece is number 1, then Harrison Burton number 2, and then Justin Haley number 3. Thoughts on Gibbs? I'm okay with Ty today. I thought I would pop a little bit more than what he did. I think it's just because Ricky Stenhouse is right there, Austin Dillon and Alex Bowman, so it's taken away ownership from him. But I'm not anti-Ty Gibbs. He definitely got a lot better in the long run looking at his practice speeds. He was 18th, 27th, 20th, but then after the 15 laps, it was 12th, 11th, and 8th. So it definitely got better. And I promise my shirt's not dirty. I think it's my hair powder on there. What's up, Brandon? Says, what's up, Chris? Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. Right back at you. How do you feel about playing Haley and Burton and loading up at the top with the rest? Totally fine with that. I think the large majority of lineups today are going double punt, but you kind of have to do it if you want the studs. And while it doesn't feel good, this is one of those slates where the studs can absolutely smash, so I do think it's kind of necessary to do. Aaron says, love your shirt, go Young Money. Yeah, my friend got it for me. It's a really nice shirt, actually. So definitely a big fan. So I don't know if you're watching, but shout out to you if you are. What's up, Canada Man? Says, hey, Chris, what do you think of this as a GPP line? Bell, Burton, Haley, Larson, Truex, Wallace. Like every single driver there, you have Larson and Bell for your dominators, as well as Martin Truex. Burton, Haley's your punts, and then Bubba Wallace. Yeah, I think they look good. Hard to make a better lineup than that. Rick says, narrative Larson shirt. I really hope Larson wins today. He needs justice from last time we were at Darlington. What's up, Pugsley? Kenny says, Chris, I'll miss your live streams. I'll miss seeing you too, Kenny. The feeling is mutual. Steve says, who are your low price punts? Any Blaney thoughts? Probably already went over that, but I do think Blaney, of like the Fords, probably had the best chance to dominate. Car looked really good in practice, good in the long run. The thing is, this is not a good track for Blaney, but if you're willing to look past that, the price is really low on both sites. I mean, he's 86 on DK and only 78 on FanDuel. So really easy to get to. And as far as the punts are, it's just Burton, Preece, and Haley. Pretty much the ones I'm getting to. I also don't mind Todd Gilliland, but I would say he's like a slight step down below them. The best shorts says, who you like, Blaney, Logano, head-to-head, Ross, or assuming you mean Reddick. Head-to-head from Blaney and Logano. I'd say Logano is better here overall, but Blaney projects a bit better there for me. And then Ross or Reddick. I have Reddick finishing higher, just some better track position. I believe, let me check I have Reddick at a 7.8 projected finish, and I have Ross at a 10.09, so it's not a bad difference there. Show me something today, Wallace. I'm hoping. Bubba's, I mean, he can have some speed up Darlington. I believe he was, I forget the exact numbers, but he's been able to run top 10 here. Keith says, nice shirt, Chris. Thank you. I guess we have a lot of Larson fans here. I'm definitely a Larson fan. Like, I have 3 favorite drivers. It's Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, which I guess a lot of people don't like Denny. I like Denny though, and then Ryan Blaney. Those are my 3 guys. But what was your question? Oh, a pick to win and place. Just went over that one. I think Denny wins today. Am I betting it? No, but I do think he is the winner. If it's not Denny, Bell or Larson is my top 3 today. Rated Jeff says the 2 volatile to run both Bubba and Stenhouse in a FanDuel single entry. Also have Bell and Larson in this lineup. No, that's fine. In my FanDuel single entry, as of right now, I have Harrison Burton. It goes against everything I believe in, but that's currently what I have. I kind of want to change it around, but if I want to play Denny, Truex, and Larson in the same lineup, I am just being forced to play Harrison Burton. So I'm down bad right now. Really down bad. You guys know I hate Harrison Burton. So there's also, what's the other lineup I'm looking at? Oh, never mind. Now there was one lineup that didn't make me go punt. It was Byron, Bell, Chastain, Wallace, Stenhouse on FanDuel. But at the same time, I don't have Truex or Larson or Denny. So it feels gross. I tried to go 2 drivers like Max and my 3 Max over there just because I want to play 100% of somebody because they're all very similar plays. So just playing an ownership game on that one. But it's like that's like the one lineup I can make that I don't have to punt with Burton and my 3 Max. It feels gross. But so no, I mean, if Stenhouse and Bubba are my cheapest drivers on FanDuel, I feel great about that. Truex at night, yeah, it'll become nighttime at some point in Darlington, and I'm sure it'll start cooking. Now, if we ever have a Monday night race, I mean, Truex will probably lead every single lap. Preacher says, bad Brad. Brad could be sneaky. He's not going to project amazing anywhere, but, you know, he definitely has the upside to hang around the top 5, top 8 all day, still some fast laps here and there, put together a good finish. The only issue is that we have so many place differential plays, you're going to need a few of them to bust, which if they do, and, you know, Keselowski hits that ceiling, that's where you're going to get an edge in tournaments if you do roll with him. Big Money says, what do you think about Bell and Hamlin in the same lineup? It's not my favorite thing to do personally with how much place differential upside that we have, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. If you're on FanDuel, I don't think it's a great idea, just because there's not enough dominator points on there to really, I think, warrant that. But on DraftKings, if you want to do it here and there, I'm fine with it. But if I wouldn't do it in cash games, though. And that'd be kind of leery of doing that in the 3 Max. Ugly says, I went Larson, Byron, Brad, Bowman, Stenhouse, and Priest. I think that looks pretty good. I mean, it's got some chalk guys, but it also has some decent tournament plays like Brad Keselowski and Ricky Stenhouse. I think that works. What's up, Sanders says, thoughts on the last 10? Best pick. Like, salary-wise, last 10? Is that what you mean? I'm assuming, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Cindric and below, I'm assuming what you mean. I would say Ryan Preece is probably your best option there. Dave says, every time I play Larson, he kills my lineups. I'm bad luck for him, so I'll do y'all a favor and fade him. We appreciate that, Dave. Thank you very much for your service. Yeah, hopefully. Larson can be very hit or miss. As good as he is, I mean, a lot of times it's not really his fault at all. But I mean, just bad luck for Kyle Larson. But I would be very shocked. Mechanical issues aside, like the Xfinity race or getting wrecked, Larson should be up front at some point. And I did take his over on Price Picks. I just paired, if you guys didn't see, Price Picks has Dak Prescott at 0.5 passing yards. So all I did was I paired that with Kyle Larson's over fantasy points. It was at 58.5. I have him at 69 on the fantasy projection. So I see. Okay, it was at 60.5, but it went back down to 58.5. So I really like that 58.5 number. It's like the same exact prop I took in the spring. It was hitting, and it didn't. But if you are looking for some Prize Picks props, I like Bell over 54.5, but that went up. Larson went back down to 58.5. I like that. Blaney got bumped up. Bubba got bumped up. Yeah, it lost some of the value. I think Bell at 59.5 laps led, and even Denny Hamlin at 44.5. you want to like split those up and take the over there, here and there, I think that's fine because only one of those two should lead close to 100 laps. I'm not 100% sure who it's going to be, but I would be very shocked if one of them doesn't. We have, what, 115 laps in stage 1? Like, if there's no cautions, I mean, it should get strung out to a decent degree. Obviously, you're going to have to pit for tires because they're going to get eaten up. But Priest is going to have to show me he's not scared. He can be scared all he wants, but if he just finishes 27th, I mean, it's fine with me. We don't need a top 10 out of Priest. We just need like 26th place. I'm not asking for much. 5J says, happy race day. Good luck this week. What is your strategy on a 3 max on DraftKings tournament, and do you try to avoid playing the same drivers twice? So what I personally did is I played all my favorite drivers twice, but not because I don't want to lock anybody, because there's a lot of similar plays, and if one has an issue, I don't want to be just dead in the water. So what I did was I just took my core, played them twice in the 3 lineups, and then I mixed and matched like the mid-range and the cheap guys. Because I'm not, like, I have 2 Truex, 2 Denny's, 2 not 2 Chastains, 2 Byrons. Then mix and match that. Aaron says, I swear to God, our brains are wired the same way. Hey, hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully. Ken the Man says, Bell or Chastain straight up in a GPP. I'll take Bell, assuming you don't already have like Denny. So if you need a lap leader, I would take Bell there. But it kind of depends on the roster construction. But Bell overall is projected better for me. Ryan can't see. I swear half the drivers out there can't see as it is. So at least he's on an even playing field back there in the back. Andrew says, I can't play Larson either. I'm going to do it, but I understand he can be a bit hit or miss, but it's not really his fault usually, you know. At some point, he's going to win at Darlington at some point. Brian says, love the shirt. Thank you. His son's racing tomorrow with my son in Northern California. Really? Your son's racing with him? That's awesome. You have to tell me the name of the race or something so we can look. But that's very cool. So congrats to him, because obviously he must be good. Jason says, Bubba and Haley or Dylan and Stenhouse? Ooh, that's tough. Because Dylan and Stenhouse is pretty balanced there. Haley, I guess I'll go Dylan Stenhouse there. Daniel says, any love for Tyler Reddick? Yeah, Tyler Reddick's a tough one this week because we know he's good at riding close to the wall, which is what you're going to have to do here at Darlington for speed. He was decently fast in practice, but the times weren't nearly as good as some of these other guys up front. He's a bit of a wild card. I think it's way more likely Bell or Hamlin lead that are starting inside the top 5, so I'm having a hard time getting to too much Reddick. I think my optimal has him around 10, 12%, so that tells you really anything. Again, I respect the dedication on Josh Bilicki. I don't know how you do it, but is Bilicki a lock for today? He looked fast on the interstate on the way there. At least to keep it fresh. I like it. Sorry, I lost the chat. Where'd it go? Okay. Andrew says, Larson, Blaney, and Busch are on my all-time fade list. Oh, that hurts my heart. Well, we can't hold grudges. Should I even bother with Suarez? He's like a slightly worse version of Alex Bowman, I think, today. I mean, I think they're going to be very similar. I haven't projected like within a couple points. So I wouldn't write him off because you're just going to have to filter in some of these 7K guys. But I'm not going my way to play Suarez today. That's for sure. Heat says, hey, this is where everybody went. What's up, Heat? Clay says, I can testify to Ewok. He was pushing 20 over the speed limit. Great paint scheme and a great course fit for Bilicki. I think this is the only place ever that has a Bilicki fan club. So I guess we'll hang our hats on that. Let's see. Anthony says, final stream of the year. This is the one Chris gives away everything he won to charity this year. Oh boy. Giving it all away to charity. A-Town says, Cindric fast and birthday narrative. It's his birthday today. I mean, that was always add a little bit of bump to you, doesn't it? I just hate playing Cindric so much. He's just been so awful this year. D'Angelo says, who we fading this week? Guys that I'm just not really playing. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Logano. Not really getting much of Michael McDowell, Amarola, Briscoe, Dinger, Newman. Just looking down the list there, those are guys I'm not playing pretty much at all. 100% Cindric, what could go wrong? I think everything probably could go wrong. 100% Cindric does not sound fun. 35% on Jones too much? I mean, it's more than I would have, but I wouldn't talk you off of it. I know this is such a good track for him, but I don't know. I'm just not really in love with him this week. And don't forget, like, sure he's won here recently, but I mean, he wasn't the best car in those races. Spread says Jones has had a few 8th to 11th place finishes this year, and this is his best track. Certainly is, but I mean, he usually doesn't get in there speed wise. It's just more right place, right time, honestly, for Eric Jones. But I understand it. Like, if you want to play Eric Jones today, I get it. Track history is there. Legacy car. Are you playing any Brad K? A little bit. Not as much as I'd like. I do think he's decent for tournaments, but Blaney does protect us a little bit better for me. But both look pretty fast. And we know Keselowski's not too bad at Darlington either. And managing his tires, he's also pretty good at too, which is what you're definitely going to have to do here. Are you having 100 Truex? I wish. I'm not that brave. Because if you play 100 Truex, then you lose Larson. Not all the way, but you lose your Larson, you lose your Byron, you lose your Denny. So I gotta at least counteract that a little bit. I think on FanDuel I have like 80% Truex, 75%. So if the field's gonna be 60, I'll be a little bit over there. What's up, Cruz? Says thanks for the live shows this year. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're still doing yours because I need some entertainment when I'm building some lineups. So hopefully you're gonna be still going. But I do appreciate it. Dave says, we have the same fade list. Awesome, Dave. We're right there together. Any thoughts on Austin D? So Dylan, I think, is a pretty similar play to Ricky Stenhouse. He did not show nearly the speed in practice, though. But at managing his tires, Dylan's actually been pretty good at these track types. But I am a little bit concerned because if you look at the speeds in practice, Stenhouse 5th, 10th, 13th. And in that same category, Dylan's 31st, 28th, 25th. And while it did get a little bit better, less cars are running. So I'm not going to give him too much credit there. Kevin says, what do you think about Kevin Harvick or Bubba Wallace finishing top 10? I think that both is definitely possible. I would say Kevin Harvick most likely has way better odds to do that. But I think it's possible. Bubba Wallace will be close though. I have Bubba projected to finish 1404, which keep in mind my winner's projected at 3.94. But I currently do not have projected to finish top 10. That makes sense. These guys always crash for me. It's ridiculous. I understand. I do understand. Some guys are just magnets for wrecking, I swear. C-Mitch says, so if you're more positive on Blaney from your field review video, I guess I don't really remember what I said. I thought I was somewhat positive on him, but keep in mind, Optimal only has him around 15-18%. So I'm not saying like, yeah, 30% Blaney today. I'm saying if you want to get close to 20%, I understand it. Just a lot of speed there. It's hard to get to that mid-range today just because you're loading up on these studs and then you're just running out of money. So when you're playing that mid-range, you're kind of sacrificing like a Bell or like a Roche Chastain, which doesn't really feel that great to do today. I should probably get FanDuel in order here. At least download the CSV. We gotta cross our fingers and toes for no errors today. I never forget the first live show I did with Stochastic. Denny Hamlin went to the rear, starting on the pole. I had to redo my stuff, and I didn't get an upload in. So first race of the year, I had 0 lineups. It wasn't good. Anyone sent to the rear today? Thanks as always for the content. Appreciate that, Ron Paul. 2012. As far as I know, Kyle Busch. Let me check Bob and see if anything has changed. Okay, only car going to the rear, barring anything done on the pit road just prior to the race, is Kyle Busch for the change of the toe link yesterday. Also, drivers reminded in driver meeting to not change lanes on restarts before start-finish line. And it looks pretty much about it. Stages are going to be 115, 115, 137, 13 sets of tires and fuel, 70 to 75 laps, but we're going to need some fresh rubber because they're going to fall off. Why no videos for the rest of the season? I'm still doing videos, but just no live streams because they're right during NFL Sunday, and let's be honest, you guys are watching football. I'm watching football. So it's just what it is. You know, everyone, there's not going to be the demand for it. I know there's going to be some diehards out there that would like me to, which I appreciate that. But unfortunately, we always stop the live streams typically after Darlington weekend. So it's been fun, though. Still doing videos, though. Still doing videos, but make sure you guys just tell me hi in the comments so I don't miss you too much. Michael says, thanks for keeping me company at work, delivering all year. Who are your favorite outrights, especially which Ford? Well, glad to be with you on your deliveries there, Michael. Thank you for delivering stuff for us, though. We appreciate our delivery men. But favorite outright, especially which Ford? Again, I hate all the outrights today. I have zero value. The closest one in value for my outrights is Denny Hamlin and William Byron. As far as the highest finishing Ford for me, I have it as Ryan Blaney and Keselowski, kind of coin flip. But Blaney with a slight edge there. Bowman or Gibbs, thanks. I like Bowman just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Get more PD. Rerun for President says, hey Chris, didn't really understand the beginning part. Is this your last NASCAR video because football season is starting? If yes, that sucks. If not, let's win big. It's not my last NASCAR video, last NASCAR stream. So we're still doing the content. And if you're on Patreon, I'm still doing that every week. Just no live streams. But still doing the video. Hopefully I didn't mess that up and say no more videos. Jason says, matchup wise, who do you like? Hamlin versus Byron, Bell versus Busch, Larson versus Truex. I'm not sure what the odds are on that, but just like hand picking it, I would say Hamlin over Byron, Bell over Busch, and then Larson over Truex. Aaron says, we love you more in NASCAR than they do on football. We appreciate you. You're not wrong, Aaron. I say it every year, but the NASCAR community is way better than the NFL. Sometimes they can be a little harsh. But I appreciate everyone. The NASCAR community is awesome. At least mine is. I don't know about anyone else's. But you guys are fun. Tim says, thanks for the great year, Chris. Let's get this money today. Let's do it. Hopefully we can keep going. It's been fun. Definitely been fun. Been some bad weeks, been some good weeks, but up in the season, and it's all you can really ask for at this point. I guess it could always go south at some point, but so far so good. Only 10 races left. Hate big chalk weeks. It's annoying. Like last week, I know we played the low-owned guys, or at least I was trying to play more low-owned guys at Daytona, and a typically good strategy. I mean, and they did well, but the chalk just smashed so hard that even some of the low-owned guys that also smashed just didn't smash as hard as like Elliott, Bowman, McDowell. Like we played them, but I was just heavier on the absolute bums, and I was hoping we could get one more big one in the back, like involving some of the chalk. But yeah, it could have been worse. It wasn't awful, but Larson or Byron. I like Larson a little bit more. I just think his chances of getting up front are a little bit better. I love what I saw from him in the long run in practice. Car looked really good, kind of similar to what we saw in the spring. Jay Smoke says, what's good, bro? I'm torn today with Ross and Reddick. Who would you choose? I also like Harvick, Logano, and Blaney. Thoughts? Good luck today, my guy. Good luck to you as well, sir. Not huge on Harvick and Logano. Harvick nearly because of the price point, because at nearly 10K, it's just gross, you know? Logano, I feel like I'm just the most anti-Logano guy ever. Just didn't show me a ton of speed in practice. Starting in 6th, hard chance. I think it's going to be hard for him to get up front and dominate. I mean, he's not a complete write-off. I like him more than Harvick just because of the price point. I'm with you on Blaney. As far as Ross and Reddick, I like Ross more. You get more PD upside, and I realize not fire off fast in practice, but in the long run, he looks good. Now I'm looking at some of the green flag speed data, and for Ross Chastain at intermediates in the next gen car, he is currently 7th. If you're looking at similar tracks, so these high tire wear tracks that we're looking at, Ross Chastain's first at 2.75. Second's Truex at 4.13. If we're looking at the 3 Darlington races we have in the next gen car, Ross Chastain's 3rd in average green flag speed. And the specific tire combination, Chastain, I believe, is top 10 as well. So overall, if you average that all out, you have like Chastain at 4th. So I realize that's not the end all be all, but overall, in similar conditions, similar tracks, similar tires, Chastain's been fast. So I'm hoping the long run car shows up. Any interest in Buescher? A little bit, like around 10% is fine. If I'm playing 3 max or single entry, I'm not playing him there. But I do think he's viable if you're getting to 20 lineups or if you're getting to like 150. All right, we're going to attempt to upload a CSV here. Hopefully it's not a disaster. Because Vandal hates me recently. Noah says 20 minutes away from the casino. Who am I placing for an outright winner, Chris? Again, I have 0 value. I don't know the odds at your casino. My projected winner is Hamlin, though, but it's the chalk. Thanks, Chris. Last time we had the same line and both binked. Hopefully that happens again. That'd be awesome, Cam. Hopefully. That'd be fun. Andrew says, Billy B all day. I'm with you on Billy. He's definitely projecting well for me, obviously. Jay Farr says, McLeod, seeing him as a strong punt. Thoughts? It's not going to be speed related. He's going to have some issues. If you're looking at my sims, McLeod's going to pop a little bit. JJ Yelly's going to pop a little bit. And that's just because it's trying to jam in as much studs up top as possible. So you're going to have some attrition for that to work out. So just keep that in mind. But like if I'm playing 1 lineup today or 3, please don't play McLeod. If I'm playing 20, I probably still don't play McLeod. But if I'm playing 150, yeah, sprinkle him in a little bit. Bunk says Harvick top 3 plus 400 and top 5 plus 175 feels like decent value. I'm just not sure. He didn't really show me a ton in practice. I realize this is a good track for him and he's amazing at managing his tires, and we're gonna have some long runs more than likely. So if you want to sprinkle it, sure, but I'm personally not gonna bite it. All right. Let's export these. Got a donut from Pugsley. Appreciate that. It says Larson, Byron, or Truex, Busch, and Turney's. I'm going to go with the first one. Busch will be lower owned, but with him going to the rear, he just becomes the same exact play as guys like Byron, Truex, and Chastain, but he's not going to be scored in the back, so it's like, why not just take those guys instead? So I'll go with the first group there. I love Kyle Larson today. If he wrecks out, I do apologize, guys. But if he doesn't wreck, I'm assuming he is going to be fast. Everything he's shown us so far would indicate pretty much exactly that. All right, 150 is uploaded. Gonna get the 20 max. FanDuel exposure, my 20 max. We got Truex at 75%, Larson at 65%, Byron and Bell at 45 apiece. Then Bowman, Chastain, and Hamlin at 40 and 30. Those are the top guys there. And then we have Blaney, Stenhouse, and Bubba right below them. So feels pretty good, I think. Got a donut from my man Rickster. Appreciate that. Chris Fentanyl here. I hacked Rick's account to tell you thanks for your live YouTubes, and in honor of it, I'm not wearing pants. Just a warning, I'll be in Discord tonight. Oh gosh. So Rick must be drinking, which I know a lot of people in Discord are tonight, so it's probably not going to be pretty. But I really do appreciate the dono, Rick. Thank you very much. And thank you for always being here every single week. Can always count on you. I do appreciate that. It does not go unnoticed. All right. Let me get this 20 in. Please don't screw up. Save it. Choosing file. All right, we got success. But I got to make sure it didn't screw my single entry like it did last time, because that was awful. Kevin says, Bowman or Stenhouse on DraftKings, last guy in. I would say Stenhouse for tournaments. Bowman projects better for me, but I do think this could be a pretty good Ricky race. Putting confidence in Ricky. I'm sure he's going to let me down, but I do like it. Stanley says, thoughts on Cindric? Super fast in practice, just been a tough guy to trust this year. If we're looking at his numbers at high tire wear tracks in the next gen car, 21.8 average finish, running position of 20th, 1 top 15 and 5 top 20s. So sure, he could kind of ride around there, but I'm just having a tough time trusting the practice speeds from him. Like, I know he qualified well, practiced well, but I'm assuming he's going to fade back. I don't think he's the worst flyer. He's definitely a pivot off of Ryan Preece, who's going to be mega chalk today. So if you want to sprinkle in some Cindric because of that, I'm trying to check what my Sims have him at. So I got Cindric like 7-8% optimal. It's just because Ryan Preece has taken up so much there, and it's just been hard to trust us and Cindric. So I'm lowish overall on him. Jeremy says, McDowell going to surprise? Love you, Chris. Thanks. Right back at you, Jeremy. Thank you for watching. And I think everyone wants to write off McDowell for the first round of the playoffs, which, I mean, someone's got to get cut, right? And he's the most likely option, I would say, since we don't have like a road course. But was fast in the early run in practice, second and fourth, but we did not get anything after that. And really the only thing that matters here is these long runs. So we'll see. We'll see. But McDowell has been impressive this year. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about it. Roshan says, Burton, Haley, Chastain, Truex, Wallace, and Byron. I like it. Now, the one problem is if, let's just say Bell or Hamlin lead half the race, you can still cash, but you're not gonna take down. So just know that, since you don't have an early lap leader, but not saying you still can't. And if anything happens with the front row drivers, you'll be sitting pretty. So I'm gonna have some lineups like that too. I'm just making sure you know. Tyler from Texas says, last man in, 7,100 and below. Thank you. I believe Stenhouse fits that bill. Yep. I'll go with Ricky Stenhouse right there. Sarah says, how's this for a single entry GPP? Larson, Truex, Byron, Stenhouse, Cindric, and Burton. Thanks for your live streams every week, Chris. Good luck today. Appreciate you watching, Sarah. As far as your lineup is concerned, I like Larson, I like Truex, I like Byron, Stenhouse, Cindric, and Burton. The same thing I said for Rashawn, though, is if Bell and Hamlin smash, just know you're going to be kind of in a hole to start, but they can make up for it with the place differential points that they have. And if one of them gets up front, it can make up for it. Just know that. But I do think having lineups without one of those two does make sense in that scenario. And when I'm talking, I'm not saying like you're dead in the water. You can still cash. I'm just talking about like from a takedown perspective. David says, anything notably different in FanDuel cash versus DraftKings cash? Not really. You're pretty much playing the same guys. Now, I will say Denny's a little bit cheaper on FanDuel, so it's kind of easier to fit him in, so I think he'll be more popular. But I've never played FanDuel cash, to be honest. I didn't even know if there's like any FanDuel cash contest. They're probably pretty small. But you're basically playing the same guys. It's not going to be much of a difference. Keselowski for 7th or better. I wouldn't be willing to bet on it. I mean, he's towing the line right there. I got him projected to finish around 9th. Your baby's daddy says, I like that Hamlin, Larson, Harvick stack. This stack as in like guys that are good at managing their tires, because they're all on different teams. But, oh, got a note from a man Spreader here. Says, hey, this is the last time I'll hear your voice live till next year. Go Blaney. I can whisper sweet nothings to your ear during Warzone, Spread, if you're gonna miss my voice that much. So, but I do appreciate the dono as always, Spread, every single week. So, thank you very much, sir. And I guess I can leave a like on these now. So I guess I'll do that. Didn't know that was a thing. But seriously, anyone that's donated this year, even if it's not today, truly do appreciate it, because you definitely do not have to do that. I'm just someone talking in their office here, but I really appreciate it. What's up, Pete? Says CP took down the Xfinity 10K yesterday. And I just want to say it's one of the rare times I used the 1-2 starting position strategy. It worked. I think the same holds true today. Good luck to you all. That's awesome, Pete. I'm super happy for you. It's awesome. Who was the 1-2? Was it John Nemechek and Hamlin, right? And they were definitely both really good. Hamlin was so good in the long run in Xfinity. Like, he didn't fire off that fast. I feel like every single time there was a restart, he'd like lose 2 spots. But I mean, long run, he was so good. Obviously, Larson, I think his engine blew up or something. They just couldn't get it refired on pit road. Helps a little bit, but I mean, Hamlin was so good. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see something similar today, because he loves this track. 8th or better. 8th's a little bit better fuel. A little bit better. We're towing the line. Tita says, I almost forgot. What's your thoughts on this lineup? Truex, and I think it's awful, Tito. I hate Truex today. No, if you're just not getting here, I do like Truex a lot today. Just saw we have about 350 here. Appreciate y'all being here. So bet on Toyota. I mean, it's not a bad strategy. I mean, Bell and Hamlin is the top 2 today, with Larson right behind him. Pearson says, we think about Burton, Byron, Ty Gibbs, Hamlin, Logano, and Stenhouse. Like Hamlin is your lap leader, like Byron, Logano. I'm not the biggest Logano fan today, but Stenhouse, Burton, I like everybody else. So I do think it's solid. Jeremy says, Fords today, Keselowski, McDowell, Buescher, and Harvick. I would be surprised if the Fords outrun like Toyota today or like a Larson, but I guess we'll see. If I had to pick one Ford to win, it would be Blaney or Keselowski. Definitely don't hate Kes today. What's up, Dwayne? Says DraftKings single under GPP, Hamlin, Truex, Bell, Ricky Stenhouse, Haley, and Burton. Thank you and good luck. I think that looks pretty good. Now you are doing the double front row thing. So if you just lock up all the dominator points, and so that's the assumption you're going with, and you have PD to round it out. So I don't think that's bad, Dwayne. Definitely don't think that's bad. It says, I'm new to NASCAR DFS. Does this track run clean or dirty generally? I mean, I'm assuming we're going to have some long green flag runs. Now, there's probably going to be, it can be a tricky track. What's this place called? The track too tough to tame, the Lady in the Black or something. So I'm sure there's going to be a couple casualties, but it's not like something where we're going to have like the big one and 20 cars wreck out. Hopefully not. If it does, I'm sorry, I just lied. But generally speaking, you don't see that. Now, it's not going to be like a road course where just absolutely nothing happens the entire race, though. Tito, why are you calling me? Under says Truex, Larson, Bell, Stenhouse, Austin, Dillon, Haley on DraftKings. That can work. I like that a lot. Bell, Larson, Truex. Good combination there. MetroCon says Gibbs pit crew concerns. How important pit stalls? I'm not overly concerned about for Ty Gibbs. Now, I will say Bell's got Ty Gibbs' crew now, and he's got a pit stall, which, I mean, that's A1 right there. I'm not really too concerned about it for Gibbs, though. I mean, we're not really playing him to dominate the race, so I'm not really playing too much Ty Gibbs in general today, but it's not like something I would be too concerned about. Bell and Reddick together, it's not my favorite thing to do. Or I guess Bell, Reddick, and PD, or leave Reddick out. If we're building one lineup today, I'm probably taking Reddick out there. He wouldn't be my first choice. I wish they gave us prop bets on yellow. Over under yellow flags would be electric. It'd be something to root for. That's right. It'd be more fun at Daytona. That's for sure. Although I think Daytona only had, like 2 cautions, right? 2 or 3. Luckily, one of them was the big one, but I was expecting more for sure. How's LaJoy? LaJoy is just like the most vanilla play in the world this week. He practiced pretty much right around where he qualified. So I just feel like he's going to be kind of stuck there all day. But that's not technically the worst thing in the world, but we'll just call him vanilla. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Stan. Jay Swift says, Gibbs, Ricky, Stenhouse. I'll go with Stenhouse. Who are my favorite plays? Had to be Truex, Larson, Priest for cheap. I love Christopher Bell today. Those are some of the top ones for me. Bush to the back. Who else? That's it as far as I know. Preacher says, my last day on live chat. Gonna miss C-Pain. I'm gonna miss you too, Preacher. Gonna miss you too. We've had lots of fun though, I think. Man, I am way behind in chat. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to answer every question today, unfortunately, because I think we're gonna hit lock before that. Let me double check and make sure I didn't screw up my lineup really quick, because I've had some. Let me see. Oh, appreciate it. Tito messaged me to check my single entry. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we're, let me check the single entry. 50 point, 15, 65, 65. I think we're good, Tito. Thank you for checking on me. I appreciate it. What's up, Jake? Andrew says, would you make some lineups without Truex, Larson, and Byron? If they fail, you would pass the majority of the field. I do have one lineup similar to that, where I don't have Truex and Larson. I have Byron, Chastain, Bell, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, if they all suck, you're going to have major leverage. Now, the probability of them all sucking, I would say, is not extremely likely. I mean, I would think for sure a couple of them are going to absolutely smash. But I wouldn't be surprised if one ends up sucking at some point. Just glossing over my builds here. Okay. Reddick in 3 lines for me with Bell. You never know. I mean, you do never know, but Reddick's always a big wild card. Last pick, 6,800 left. I mean, probably Austin Dillon right there, $6,800. How do I feel about Amarola? I'm gonna be passing on Amarola today. I'm having a hard time getting there, starting in 10th. Practice in the 20s. I'm just not seeing it too likely. Got a donor from man Rick says race about to start. Get your I did, Rick. Thank you very much. Thank you for the reminders. We're good though. I don't think it's screwed up this week. My FanDuel single entry lineup. I hate playing scrubs on FanDuel, but I have Truex, Larson, Hamlin, Bowman, Burton. Feels gross. I'm considering pivoting Bowman to Stenhouse. I guess I got 3 minutes to consider that. I feel like it's probably the smart thing to do, considering that. I mean, Stenhouse is at least in the playoffs. Should we do it? I got 2 minutes. Usually last second changes are never good. But it might help me get a little bit different because I do think Bowman will be a higher owned. And then we're leaving a good chunk of change on the. But I don't know. I feel like I should probably just stick with it. The only way I can get out of playing a bum is if I change too much. I'm probably not going to change it. We'll just leave it there. Probably a bad choice. LaJoy, the top plays under 8K on DraftKings. Hopefully I went over that one. Under 8K, I mean, I like Bowman, I like Stenhouse, Austin Dillon, and then obviously the cheap plays, but I don't know how far back you want me to go. Busher versus Harvick and props. That's too close for me to really want to attack. There's just some things where we just, I think, have to bypass, and sometimes the best bet you make is the one you don't make. And I don't think Busch or Kevin Harvick are far enough apart to really have an edge there, depending on what the price would be, I guess. I know it says price picks. I like the Larson over 58.5. I mean, if he can get up front, that's a smash play right there. Outside of that, the other ones I like got bumped a bit. I do think taking one of the overs on Hamlin or Bell lap sled's probably a smart thing to do if you want to mix and match that. And then also don't mind the Bell over as well. But the other ones I liked got bumped up. Like Blaney got up from 27.5 up over to 36. So he kind of lost the value there. And I think Truex was at 63 and that went up too. So I threw $10 on Cindric to win, says Nate. Braver man than me. Brandon says, do you need 1 or 2 lap leaders? The thing is, the guys with place differential can be lap leaders at some point. This is a very long race. So if you mean just drivers up front, I would say at least 1. I don't think you have to jam in 2 just because of all the PD that we have. All right, I believe FanDuel locked, which one thing I like to do for DraftKings is look at the FanDuel ownership. It's not a perfect science, but just to see who's the most popular. Sometimes that can coincide with DK. So I will give you guys that information. We'll just pull up the 20 max, I guess, on FanDuel and read you guys some ownership. I'm assuming Truex is in the 20 max. Truex is probably what, like 50%? Okay, Truex is 45.9% on FanDuel. Probably going to be very similar on DK as well. Byron's 30%. Blaney's 22%. Chastain's 20%. What else we got? Larson's 33%. So as of right now, it looks like the 2 highest are Truex and Larson, which is pretty much as to be expected. Actually, okay, Denny's actually higher owned than Larson. He's at 35%. Bowman's at 13. Yeah. Okay, so 3 highest owned, Truex, Hamlin, Larson. Although this is one of those things where I don't think it's going to be an exact like on DraftKings, because on FanDuel, Hamlin's cheaper over there compared to DraftKings. So I do think he'll be a little bit lower owned. And it'll probably switch where Byron's higher owned than Hamlin. If I had to guess, I like to see how much Stenhouse is owned or Bell. Bell's 30%, so he's slightly higher owned than William Byron. And then we also have Stenhouse is at 15%. So that's kind of it for like the relevant drivers, unless I'm missing somebody. Priest is only 4% over there, but he's going to be very popular on DraftKings. Okay, well, hopefully that was at least of some value to you. Cal says my donut did not go up. I'm too poor. Oh, I just saw it. I scrolled to the bottom. It says, Chris is the GOAT. Happy birthday. Good luck moving. It's not my birthday, Cal. But I appreciate it. Hopefully we can play with some Warzone again soon. But I do appreciate the donut. I'm glad I scrolled down and saw it. I'm sorry if I missed your question. I'll be in here for a little bit longer, but we're gonna go after lock if I answer every question today. So I apologize. But yeah, it's been fun, De Palma. Been great chatting all year. I'll see you in 2024. You'll still see me in videos, but not live, obviously. What's up, Timothy? How many laps in this race? Just under 370, so we have a long one. And this is not a short track. We have 1.3 miles, so we're going to be here for a while. Going to be here for a while tonight, especially if there's cautions. Apone says, Cash Core last time. I would start with Truex and Larson, and then like a Prius is fine down lower, Harrison Burton. Gotta give you guys a cheap one at least. And then Christopher Bell, I think, makes sense for a lap leader in cash games. Bull pulled the wrench. Do I see Bull? Oh, what's the 24 pick special? Yeah, the 24 pick special. Had a comment like that. Eric says, FanDuel, Hamlin, Bell, Keselowski, Busch, or Blaney. I know it locked, but I don't think it's a bad lineup over there. Jake says, Bell and Truex or Hamlin and Chastain. Whew, it's tough. I'm going to go Bell and Truex, though. Bell and Truex. I'm late. Who's going to the rear? That'd be Kyle Busch. Darren says, I just got here. DraftKings plays. Also, Stenhouse, A. Dillon, or Haley Bubba. Thank you. I would say Stenhouse and Dillon there as far as DraftKings plays. I mean, Larson, Truex, Byron, Chastain, Bell, Bowman, Stenhouse. All guys that I have a lot of today. Just looking over ownership. I wonder what Mock played in the 50. Being Mock, unless he didn't join. Let me see. Mock played. I wonder what McLovin played over on FanDuel. He played Truex, Larson, Chastain, Bubba, and Cindric. Man, Bubba is 40% in the $50. Goodness gracious. And he played Cindric, he's the only one who played Cindric. So we're a little bit different there. Harrison Burton is also, so Burton was 9% in the 20 max, but in the $50 single entry, Burton is 60%. So this goes to show you, like when you go open stakes or like the smaller field, I mean, the ownership can be way different. I guess I am like the only person playing Alex Bowman today, so that's no fun. Doesn't feel great, I'll tell you that. Burton or Haley? I would go with Burton there. Like the speed I saw in practice at least. 1-2, who you like for the race? I think Denny Bell is a decent chance for that. If it's not Denny Bell, I think Larson's right there as well. No problem at all, Mundo. Hopefully we have a good one today. I see you in Discord, Rick. Should be a fun one tonight. Don't get too scary on us. But all right, I think I should probably get out of here. I appreciate everyone that's been in the live streams all season long. You guys rock. Appreciate it. NFL content pretty much for now. But obviously the NASCAR videos as well every single week. But if you could leave me a like on your way out, I would appreciate that. Thank you to anyone who's donated throughout the entire season. It means a lot. I got to move this week, so I'm going to be very busy, but I'll get everything posted for football and whatnot.